According to the psychology, what do you think about healthy relation should be?
The couple should have a shared purpose and mission beyond themselves. That is, beyond just raising a family or beyond just enjoying together. They should have a larger mission, vision, and purpose in life which can benefit the well being of the society.
What is love?
So, just as a triangle has three sides, love has three sides. And according to these three sides, there are actually 8 types of love.
In the couple's life, everything is okay. But why at the end there are misunderstanding happenings?
So there are basically 4 fundamental factors which are responsible for creating a healthy relationship.
But why couples are also getting hurt a lot due to this breakup scenario?
When suddenly a breakup happens, the person feels that I am losing a part of myself. They feel that I am incomplete without this person. But now that person is gone, so they feel that everything in their life is gone.
What do you think, like how the financial conditions affects the relationship?
There was a survey done around the world of couples that what was the major factor responsible for divorce, and number one was financial conflicts.
In India, now the divorce rate is very high. So what do you think why this rate is higher
Yeah.
side? So welcome to Urban Digital Studio. I am Samruddha, and today's topic for the podcast is psychology of couples and their relationship. Love is very important factor in couples relationship. So many people or many couples are having problems in their life to understand each other. Today with us, Dr. Neil Shah is there in this podcast session, and he is going to help us how to get out of it. So very welcome, Dr. Neil Shah.
So, thank you so much for inviting me to this podcast. I think this topic is very important and very few people are talking about it. I feel it's actually the need of the hour. As you can see, especially in India, relationships are breaking down and divorces are increasing at an alarmingly high rate. So, I think we should talk about this topic and discuss about this topic so that people can understand what actually a healthy relationship is. So, thank you so much.
Yeah. So, my first question to you is today, like, according to the psychology, what do you think about healthy relation should be?
Okay. So there are many factors which determine a healthy relationship, but some of the factors which can help in building a healthy relationship are the couple should have a shared purpose and mission beyond themselves. That is, beyond just raising a family or beyond just enjoying together. They should have a larger mission, vision, and purpose in life which can benefit the well being of the society. So, that is one of the first thing. And in all the relationships, there will be conflicts. So, a healthy relationship is not a relationship where there are no conflicts, but there are conflicts, but people are able to resolve them and grow through them. And I would also say they should have a shared goals. Okay, they should have some
Mhm.
shared goals so that they can grow together in life. So that's what I feel a healthy relationship comprises. Yes.
So, I want to ask you next question. Like, love is the important factor of any healthy relationship.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? What is love?
So people have many different perspectives on love. Okay. So some people talk about love at first sight. That is, when they see the person, they feel that they are in love with that person. And other people have different perspectives. But today I'm going to talk about a scientific theory of love. That is, it has been researched. Okay. And it is called as the 8 types of love. And very few people have heard about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it was discovered by a psychologist by the name of Robert Sternberg.
Mhm.
So it's called Sternberg's triangular theory of love. Okay.
Mm.
So just as a triangle has three sides, love has three sides. Okay. So the first side is called as passion. Okay. So passion basically means physical attraction or sexual attraction towards the partner. Okay. The second side is called as intimacy. So intimacy basically means emotional closeness. That is how close you are with that person and how you are able to relate with that person in an emotional way. And the last side, it is called as the commitment. Okay.
Mhm.
So these are the three sides of Sternberg's triangle. And according to these three sides, there are actually 8 types of love. Okay.
Oh,
So if a couple only has passion, it is called as infatuation. Okay. So there is only physical attraction, but there is no commitment and there is no intimacy. That is, they do not understand each other on a very deep level. Okay. The second type of love, there is only intimacy or emotional closeness. So we call it liking. Okay. So for example, you can like a friend, you can share things with him and you are emotionally close to him, but you are not physically attracted to him. So you cannot enter into a relationship. So that is called as liking. Okay. And the third type of love, it is only commitment is present. Okay.
Okay.
So as you can see, traditional arranged marriages, like 30, 40 years back, a couple did not even see their face and they got married just because of their family.
Exactly.
So maybe they did not think about passion, they did not think about intimacy, but there was just commitment. Okay. So these were the first three types of love. And the fourth type of love is, in some relationship, there is passion plus intimacy. Okay. So they are physically attracted and they are also emotionally close, but they don't want to commit. So as you can see, live in relationships. Like
Right.
people stay in live in relationship, they are attracted to each other, they share things with each other, but they don't want to get married. Okay. So that is another type of love. Okay. The next type of love is, there is intimacy and there is commitment. Okay. So there is emotional closeness, there is commitment, but there is no passion. Like physical attraction is not present in that relationship. So as you can see, some couples are there, they are just staying with each other for their family and all, but there is no spark or no physical attraction. So like it becomes a very boring kind of a relationship. Okay.
Exactly.
And an ideal love, we call it integral love. So in integral love, all three factors are present. That is, there is passion, that is physical and sexual attraction, there is also intimacy, that is emotional closeness, and there is also commitment. And it is very rare, like according to research, only 1% of couples reach this stage of integral love. So if we consciously take these factors into consideration while being with a partner, we can have a healthy relationship. Passion, intimacy, and commitment, all three of them are very important in love.
Wonderful.
Hmm.
This is amazing. Like I had not heard about this kind of eight types of love. I can relate it actually in my life as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
This is very different thing that we had understand. Like is also the audience understood this very properly, I think,
Yeah.
and they can also relate it in their life. But what do you think? Like after having a good like every point as you mentioned
Mhm.
in the couple's life,
Mhm.
everything is okay, but why at the end there are misunderstanding happenings?
Okay.
So again there are multiple, I had saw multiple couples that they are having a misunderstanding in their life.
Okay.
So why this is
Okay.
happening?
Yeah. So as I told, love is only one factor. Okay. But there are many other factors which are responsible for creating a healthy relationship. Okay. One more model which I want to share with you. It is called as the four quadrant model. Okay. So there are basically four fundamental factors which are responsible for creating a healthy relationship. Okay.
Hmm.
So the first factor is called the biological factor. Okay. So biology basically means your body.
Right.
So that is how you look, what is your height, what is your weight, what are the chemicals in your body, the hormones in your body, because they are also responsible for physical attraction or passion, as I told you.
Actually.
Okay. The second, we call it psychological factors. Okay. So psychological factor basically means whether the partner are able to relate with each other on a psychological level. That is, what are their interests? Okay. What are their hobbies? What are their values? What is their purpose and what is their mission in life? So this thing should also be compatible. Okay.
Hmm.
The third factor is called as cultural factors. Okay. So what culture they are coming from? That is, what is their religion, how they perceive love, that is how their family has taught them about love, what they think a healthy relationship should be. So this differs according to the culture. So as you can see, in some western countries, some relationship practices are acceptable which are not acceptable in India. So that also determines whether a relationship will work out or not. Okay. And the last factor is called as the social factors. Okay. So social factor basically means the profession of the person, his financial capabilities, his socio-economic status, whether he is staying in a nuclear family or a joint family. So these factors can also affect the relationship. So misunderstandings can happen at all the four levels. Okay. So suppose if everything is good in a relationship, but if the wife, she wants to move to a nuclear family and she is staying in a joint family. So there is everything good in the couple, but just because there is problem in that social quadrant, there will misunderstanding will happen.
Right.
Okay. Or if a person is from a different caste or a different religion, everything is good. But some cultural practices the wife follows which the husband does not follow. So there can be misunderstanding on those levels. Okay. Or if there is a mismatch in values. Okay. For example, if a husband values spirituality and the wife values materialism, that is going after material things, so their values will not match and then conflicts will happen. So I would say love is just one part, but these four factors are also responsible for creating misunderstandings. If any problem happens in any one of these things, misunderstandings can happen and there can be conflicts in the relationship.
Thank you for this deep understanding about this relationship part. But I just want to understand, like, is this just for the married couples, or this can be applicable for the other couples as well, like live-in relationship, maybe like newcomers into relationship?
Yeah, so I think it is applicable for anyone. Okay.
Anyone.
So if a person is single, he can take these factors into consideration while choosing a partner.
Hmm.
So he can consciously choose a partner by taking all these factors into consideration. Okay. Whether he is attracted to that partner, whether their culture match, whether their socio-economic status match, or whether their values match. So he can consciously choose that kind of a partner. Okay. And people who are married, they can also work out in their relationship. That is, once they become aware of these factors, consciously they can try to change some things or modify some things so that they can improve their relationship and make it better. So anyone can do it. Okay. Like
Hmm.
this information is for anyone, for singles, for married couples, for live-in relationships. It's for anyone. Yes.
Perfect. So, like, just I wonder, one question in my mind is, like, in India, uh, now the divorce rate is very high nowadays.
Yeah.
Like before this, when I was child, I used to listen about divorce very rarely.
Mhm.
I was not aware about that part, but my parents was telling like someone had divorced. But nowadays it is frequently coming into my hearing, like divorce is continuously a very big aspect.
Yeah.
So what do you think, why this rate is higher
Yeah.
side?
Yeah. So that's a very good point, and I am also noticing this trend in the last 2 years. Many couples are coming to me. They are having a lot of breakups, and the divorce rate is increasing at a very high rate. Okay. And people talk about many things, but today I'm going to be touching on a very deep psychological factor which very few people talk about. Okay.
Okay.
So it might sound a bit complex at first, but it is very important for what is happening today. Okay. So it is called as the anima animus complex. Okay. So anima animus complex is a psychological thing which was given by the famous Swiss psychologist Carl Jung. Okay. So anima basically means the feminine side of males. Okay.
Okay.
So a typical masculine personality, he is very aggressive, he acts, he gets things done, he is very competitive and he wants to achieve things. So that is the masculine part of a male, which appears on a conscious level. But according to Carl Jung, a male also has a feminine side, which he suppresses. That is, he does not express it in the outside world because he thinks that people will think that he is very weak. So he does not express that feminine side, okay?
Okay.
And on the other hand, there is something called as the animus complex in females, okay? So females have a masculine side which they suppress in their unconscious mind, okay? So if you naturally see, females are very gentle, they are very caring, they are very polite, they are very nurturing, they tend to take care of everyone, okay? And they have suppressed their masculine side, okay? Because they feel that when they express their masculine side, the society will not accept it, okay?
Huh.
Now, since the last 10 years, an interesting thing is happening which has never happened in the history of human civilization. So, what is happening? The animus complex of females is getting activated. That is, their masculine side is getting activated on a very large scale, on a collective level in humanity. So, that is why you can see females going out to do work. Okay. Like they are participating in fields where only males were there.
Exactly.
They
They're
are
comparing each
they are comparing each other. They are becoming more ambitious. They are entering into entrepreneurship. They are becoming more competitive. They are earning money. So these are all masculine traits which the females are expressing. And another interesting thing is happening. Males are going more towards their feminine side.
Okay.
Their anima complex is getting activated. So as you can see, 30 years back, males, they were very masculine, they were very aggressive. They did not get affected by things much. But if you see today's male, they have become a bit fragile. Like even if a small conflict or situation happens, like they have become fragile, they go into their shell and they have become very sensitive. And this is creating a conflict. Okay. Females are embodying their masculine side and males are embodying their feminine side. And because of that, what females feel that the males cannot match them. That's why marriages are happening late. Because they feel that we are achieving so much that a male cannot match us. And even if they get married, after some time they feel that they are superior to the male. That's why there is a research 60% of the divorces are initiated by females, not by males.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. So this is one important factor which is happening in the modern day that is responsible for this high divorce rates. But I feel very few people are talking about it. They're
Actually,
talking about many things on the surface level, but this is a deep thing which I have noticed and I have researched about it. Yes.
now you are like just making my mind to think more about this part. Actually, before this, we all are thinking like, I think so every people think lot about the love, couples relationship. It is a part of our life, but in this manner, to understand very deeper, and also it is you explained very well into medical language as well, I think so.
Yeah.
So this will help people to understand it properly.
Sure. Yeah. Great.
Nice.
Thanks.
But what do you think? Like even two different personality
Hmm.
person can also still they can have a good relationship. How this happens?
Yeah. So I'll explain this to you. Yes. Every human being is unique and they have different personalities. Okay. But what research has shown is that there are certain compatible personality types. Okay.
Okay,
So can I share a model with you of personality types which I use in couples?
why not?
Yeah. So like it's called the Enneagram personality types. Okay.
Enneagram.
Enneagram. Okay. So
Okay.
Ennea basically means 9. Okay. So there are 9 personality types and each human being has a unique type. Okay. So let me explain to you in short what these personality types are. Okay.
Please.
So the first type of personality is called as the perfectionist. So the perfectionist wants everything to be perfect, perfect and in order. He wants to get things done on time. Okay. The second is called as the helper. So what a helper does is he tries to help everyone and he sacrifices his own needs.
Right.
Okay. The third type is called the achiever. So the achiever wants to achieve many things in life. He is very ambitious and he is going after his goals and all. Okay. The type 4 is called the loyalist. Okay. So a loyalist personality thinks that he is very unique. That is, no one understands him and he is very unique. And the fifth type of personality is called the investigator. So what an investigator does is he keeps thinking about things. He keeps researching, he keeps thinking about things, and he's not much active in the practical world. Okay.
Okay.
And the sixth type of personality type, it is called as the challenger. Okay. So what the challenger does is he challenges other people. Like if a conflict happens, he will directly challenge that you are wrong, you did this wrong. Okay. Type 7, it is called as the enthusiast. Okay. So what an enthusiast does is he likes to go to adventures, he likes to go to parties, and he is very extrovert. Okay. And the ninth type of personality is called as the peacemaker or the mediator. Okay. So what the peacemaker does is he wants to mediate things, he wants to avoid conflicts. Okay. So he also always wants to maintain peace. So these are the 9 personality types. Okay. So now let me give you an example. Okay. Suppose if a person is a challenger, the wife, and the male is a peacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
So what will happen is the wife will always keep challenging and the husband will always try to maintain peace. So the husband will be overpowered by the wife. So
Right.
that will not be compatible.
Okay.
So we have to think about it in that way. Or for example, if a person is perfectionist, like a type 1 perfectionist, a person is, and if he has a type 7 wife or a husband who is adventurous, like who is very outgoing, who wants to go out, and he wants things to be in order and in perfection. So this will not match together.
Right.
That is very outgoing and this is very orderly. So in that way, I would say not all personalities are compatible with each other. So if you want to have a very healthy or a compatible relationship, you have to take your personality types into consideration. And you have to analyze their strengths and weaknesses and see which type is actually compatible with you. Because research shows that you cannot change your personality. It's very difficult or impossible to change their personality.
Actually,
Like in Marathi, there is a saying, स्वभावाला काही औषध नसते.
औषध नसतं.
हाँ, तर स्वभावाला औषध नसते. So that's why we have to find a person who is compatible with us because we cannot change our personality.
But for the analyzing this personality factor,
Yeah.
what do you think? Shall we give in the initial time? Shall we give some
Yes.
time to each
Yes.
other or something like?
Yeah. That's what I feel like you should give some time and you should have some basic understanding of these personality types. So once you spend 3 to 4, 5 months with your partner before entering into a relationship or before getting married, then maybe you can understand this in a deeper way. And if some couples they want to do it in a professional way, they can also go to a psychologist or a psychiatrist. We can do their personality assessment and then we can also tell them whether they are compatible or not.
All right, so it is very wonderful thing like personality is the main factor to understand each other first and then go ahead with the relations in deeper and deeper.
True.
Wonderful.
Great.
My next question will be related to the family. Like, really, family is getting affected due to the conflicts or the relation problems in any family. Can you just tell me something about how this is affecting families?
Yeah. So especially in India, what happens is we stay mostly with our parents or in a joint family.
Right.
In the Western world, they have a nuclear family. So sometimes what happens is the in-laws and the husband or the wife, they don't match with each other. Okay. So
Exactly.
for example, most of our parents, they are from a traditional mindset and we are from a modern mindset. So some of the values, some of the opinions and some of the thinking patterns don't match.
Right.
And because of that, there can be a lot of conflicts. Okay. And as I've already told, the masculine side of females is getting activated. So now females are not like that they will listen to whatever you tell them.
Right.
They will take a stand for themselves,
Mm.
even with the husband also, and even with the family members also. So because of that, some of the family members who are from a traditional background, they feel intimidated. Like we never talked with our in-laws in that way, and how can this person talk with us?
Right.
And because of that, a lot of family conflicts can happen, and then couples shift to nuclear families. But what I think a healthy thing could be like maybe you should understand their perspective also. Like even they have some valid things to say, and even the couple they have some valid things to say. So I think they should come at a common ground and try to solve that issue. Okay.
Right.
Instead of separating or doing those kind of things. So I would say that kind of a thing is creating a lot of family conflicts which earlier were not happening. Because even the couples and the parents, they both were believing in the traditional things. But
Right.
now with the arising of westernization and modernization in India, the couples, the younger generation, they are moving more towards modernity. So they are not able to relate to their parents or other relatives or family members. So because of that, I can see a lot of family conflicts happening.
Actually, like breakup is going to hurt a lot,
Yeah.
and because of that, family is getting disturbed.
True.
So I would really suggest all the families in India or anywhere that they should understand this and they should understand each other properly, right? But why like couples are also getting hurt a lot due to this breakup scenario?
Okay. Yeah. So what happens is when you are in a very intimate or a very close relationship, so it's not just physical attraction. There are many factors involved. Like there is emotional attraction. You are spending a lot of time with them. They have become a part of your life. You have a lot of memories with them, a lot of good memories. Maybe you went out for a movie, went out to the hotel. So all those memories are there in your mind, okay? And that person has actually become a part of you. Just like your hand is a part of you, your leg is a part of you. So they have become a part of you and a part of your life. So what happens is when suddenly a breakup happens, the person feels that I am losing a part of myself.
Right.
Okay? They feel that I am incomplete without this person. With this person, I was whole. I was able to enjoy life. I was happy. I was very peaceful. But now that person is gone. So they feel that everything in their life is gone. What they feel is that this person made them whole. This person made them happy. And that's why breakup hurts a lot.
Actually.
And what I have seen is it takes a lot of time to come out of a breakup.
Hmm.
At least 1 or 2 years it takes if you are in a very serious or a very close relationship. So I think that's what is responsible for the intense pain that happens after a breakup.
But Dr. Neil, talking to you, it is really feeling very attached.
Mm.
Like I would ask you, is there any of your personal experiences? Why did you get into this relationship matter very much
Yeah,
deeper?
yeah. So it's quite a long story. Personal experience of at least 16 years
Nice.
of being in two relationships, which didn't work out. And after that, I realized I need to develop some skills in relationship. Okay. Consciously, I need to do some things so that I can learn about relationship and I can learn the skills of being in a relationship. Because I was wondering why these relationships didn't work out. What went wrong? What were the factors involved? And that's why for the past 5 years, I have been deeply researching into relationships. Like I have read a lot of books, I have attended a lot of courses. So I did a course on relationship for 6 months. Like many people do courses for their profession and all. But I think this is a very important thing for which people don't have the skills. So I actually did a course on it. I also have a relationship coach, like he's an international coach. So he has designed a program. I attended his program and he also guides me in relationships. So with all these things, with a personal experience, with research of 5 years, and with being guided by a coach, I am sharing all this knowledge with you. So it's from personal experience also, and it is from scientific research also. So that's my personal story of why I got into studying about relationships.
Wonderful. Amazing.
Yes.
So actually, like talking to you, I can understand like all your experiences and all of your study. That is giving me and even our viewers a deep understanding about the relationship. So for that, I would like to ask you one last question.
Yeah.
So how do you think like how should we choose our partner? How shall we choose our life partner?
Okay. Yeah. So there are many factors responsible for choosing a life partner. So as I have already mentioned, some of the factors. Okay. So first, I would say is the quadrants. Like first, you need to take the biological factors, that is their physical looks, body, and those things into
Right.
consideration. Then psychological factors are also there. That is whether your values are matching, your purpose is matching, your interest is matching. Then cultural factors, like whether you believe in the same things or traditions as your partner does. And social factors, that is finances, profession, and also that is one thing. Next thing I talk about is the type of love. So you need to identify in which type of love relationship are you. So I mentioned the 8 types of relationship. That is one important factor. The third thing is personality types, which we talked about.
Right.
Okay. And there are two more important things which I did not talk about. So the first one is called as the love language. Okay. So love language basically means how you express your love to other people.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, there are 5 types of love languages. Okay. So the first type of love language is called as words of appreciation. So, for example, if you appreciate someone or if you appreciate your partner, then they feel loved. Okay.
Right.
Second is physical gifts. So, for some people, when you give them physical gifts, then they feel loved. For the third type is physical touch. That is when you touch someone or hug your partner, then they feel loved. Okay.
Right.
The fourth type is spending quality time with them. So some partners or some couples, they just want to spend time with each other. Just being in their presence makes them feel loved. And the fifth type is called as acts of service. Okay. So acts of service basically means if you do something for your partner, like for example, if she is cooking and you help him or her with the cooking, then she feels loved. So what couples need to do is they need to understand their love language. Okay. Because what can happen is, for example, if a person's love language is acts of service, okay, so he is trying to help the partner, but still the partner does not feel loved because her love language is physical gifts.
Right.
So she will feel loved only when you give her physical gifts.
Exactly.
And on the other hand, this partner's love language is acts of service. So he wants his wife to do something for him,
He.
but she is appreciating him. So then also he will not feel loved. So what we need to do is we need to understand each other's love language, and then we can communicate with them in a better way. Okay. So I think apart from this, another important factor I would say is purpose. Having a purpose in life. Okay. So for most of the couples on the planet, their main purpose is what we call biological purpose. So biological purpose means getting married, having a child, then sending the child to school, then getting him married, and then becoming old and then dying. That's what the life cycle of a human is. Okay. But there is something deeper which is called as the transcendental purpose. So transcendental purpose basically means like, as a couple, how you can help the society in a better way with your unique gifts and talents. That is, whatever talents or gifts you have, how you can serve the society in a better way. So I think that is also responsible for creating a healthy relationship or choosing an ideal partner. Because, sir, what happens is, you are physically attracted to a person, but after some time that attraction fades away
Fades.
in 2 or 3 months. So you need something to keep that relationship intact.
Yes.
So this transcendental purpose of serving the world is the glue which can bind the relationship and keep it intact. That's what I feel. So at least these 5 factors should be kept into consideration while choosing a partner. There are many factors, but these 5 fundamental things, if you choose, you can have an ideal partner and you can have a very happy and fulfilling relationship.
So you had completely given an idea to how to choose an ideal partner, and that will really help everyone. But as I told you that was a last question, but I'm really excited
Sure.
and sorry for taking much time of yours. Uh, just last question
Yeah,
that I would
sure.
like to ask you. I heard somewhere a couple of days before that life is a transaction, and
Yes.
that line just hurt me and felt me very perfectly matched with every relationship that time.
Hmm.
But now I had wiped it out because of all the thoughts you have given. But what do you think, like how the financial conditions affects the relationship?
So, actually, sir, it is a very important factor. There was a survey done around the world of couples that what was the major factor responsible for divorce. And it was number one was financial conflicts.
Actually.
Yeah. So, it's a very important factor. Okay. So, I would say in the practical world, money is important. Okay. It is important for meeting your basic necessities and basic needs. So, it is a very important thing. And also, there is an evolutionary perspective to it. Okay. So what happened was that, like, thousands of years ago, when we were staying in tribes, what the females wanted was protection and stability from males.
Right.
They were not thinking about all these things we were talking,
Hmm.
love and all. They just wanted protection for themselves, their baby, and they wanted stability and their needs to be met. Okay.
Exactly.
So now, though we have grown modern, still that part is there in females. Okay. So they need that stability. They need their needs to be met. They want a stable partner for their family who can provide financially to them. Okay. So there is an evolutionary perspective to it also, that females desire stability, and in the modern world, in the form of finances. Maybe that time they did not want money, but finances is what gives stability in today's world. If you are financially stable, then you can think about other things.
Actually.
Okay. So that's why many conflicts are happening because of finances also. And it is one of the major factors which is responsible for disrupting relationships today. And you rightly pointed it out. Yes. So, yeah.
Yes. So thank you so much, sir. And is there any one message that you can like to give to us, to our audience?
Yeah, sure. So, what I would like to tell my audience is that relationship is an art, it is a skill. So, all of you might be professionals. You might have spent years in practicing and improving your skill and your profession. But I want to say you that relationship is also an art and a skill. And if you want a healthy relationship, you need to take all these factors into consideration and consciously practice them. Then only you can have a healthy relationship. So imagine that there is a pilot and he has not learned how to fly a plane. He does not have a manual. He does not know about the console and the various buttons in the plane. So what will happen to that plane? The plane will crash, or there will be a lot of turbulence and it will not be a smooth ride. So if you enter into a relationship without practicing the skills required for it, your relationship will be like that. It might end up in a breakup or a divorce, or it might be very turbulent and it might not be joyful for you. So that is what I want to tell all the people, because research has also shown that the most happiness comes when you are in a healthy, fulfilling, and conscious relationship.
Thank you, Dr. Neil, for sharing your thoughts and giving complete knowledge about the relationship. So, I think this conversation will help everyone to understand relationship better, and they will implement all the points that Dr. Neil had expressed. So, thank you for watching this podcast. I am Samruddha Godke from Urban Digital Studio. Please do like, share, and subscribe our channel. Thank you so much.